Kurt Mitchell. Welcome to the Metallica tape. Before we get started, I want to get tuned up. I'm going to give you an A or fifth string, open fifth string to tune to. Or if you have a tuner, we're tuned to A440 standard concert pitch on this one. A lot of times we tune down half a step, but that's not the case this time. We're tuned to standard old tuning. Go ahead and tune to your tuner and we should be in tune. If you don't have a tuner, I'll give you an A. You tune to me, tune your guitar to that A, and then we'll get right to it. I want to get to it because we got a lot to cover, okay? Here we go. On these first few sounds from the older records, basically he's got a standard Marshall, revved up Marshall sound, and I believe Hetfield plays all the rhythms in most of this stuff, so most of the time you're listening to him play, and then the leads are covered by Kirk, of course. These first few sounds are just ordinary old Marshall sounds that sounds like they stuck a 57, which is a microphone, an SM57 on the cabinet and turned it up and went for it. As the sounds progress, they get more and more it's difficult to explain. The more and more mids get taken out of them until the thing sounds like it's pulling air away from your ears. It's got no mids in it at all. And as the sounds progress, I'll tell you how we're getting them. Basically, just turn the mids on your amplifier off if you're not going to record them. If you're going to record them, I'll show you how we're doing that too. I've done a little bit of double tracking on this so you can hear them, how it sounds doubled. You can get the full effect of the sounds, especially if you have a stereo deck. If you don't, no matter, you'll still hear the double. But all the single ones, all the slow riffs are done with a single guitar so that you can more clearly hear what's going on, okay? This is riff number 1. I'm going to use 4 guitars for this lesson. I'm going to use the Warmouth that you just saw me wearing, which is a guitar that I had put together for me. This one, which is a guitar I'm going to be using for a lot of the leads because it's got this bridge pickup right here. Or not the bridge pickup, but the neck pickup, which gives it that warm, creamy sound. I don't have one of those in my main guitar. I'm going to be using a Stratocaster, this black Strat for all the leads, or not the leads, excuse me, for all the clean sounds, and most of the time it'll be with the neck pickup on, okay? And we're also going to be using an acoustic, which is 1951 Martin that I have, a beautiful guitar. We're going to be using this for our acoustic stuff. Most of the acoustic stuff I've done on this tape seems to me to be an electric acoustic, which is one of those ones that you plug in. You can get some real cool sounds out of those. But I opted for the Martin on this one, so anyways, when we switch guitars, that's what we're up to, okay? This one, like I said, the neck pickup is for the that warm, distorted sort of sound that comes from having this pickup on a really saturated distortion going. We've switched to our bridge pickup. If you hadn't noticed, there's quite a bit of a different sound on this one. This one is tracked up like the other one that I showed you that had 2 or 3 parts with a wah-wah pedal on it. This has 4 parts too, 2 rhythms and a melody line on top that's harmonized. And I put them all together for you like this so you can see how it sounds all together and see how it works together. Then we take them apart and play them slow. Okay, so here it is. This is riff 18. 20, 21, and 22 are another multi-tracked affair with the acoustic guitar, and the riff 23 is then just the electric guitar, because there's the exact same thing is played, all the parts together with the electric, and then I play you just the part that's changed. Okay, so that's riff 23, and basically what it is the top part of the entire riff, the harmony, the top part harmony of the entire riff, played up higher on the neck. And I combined the two top parts into one part so that you could play in harmony with yourself a lot easier. So you don't need three guys, because it took recording it 3 times to get a 3-part harmony with a guitar. So with that in mind, let's go on to section 20. This next riff has to do with some serious picking. Hetfield tends to pick all downstrokes most all the time. And there's a good reason for it, because when you pick all downstrokes, it's a very precise tone. When you pick an upstroke, it's a different sound than when you pick a downstroke. And he also takes his palm of his hand and buries it on the bridge. Now you can over-mute and it'll push the tones sharp, but you want to mute enough to where you get that chunk type of a sound. And then after he's picking all that stuff down, he starts picking things where, I'm going to show you this because the only way I could get it straight in my head and try to relax and play it, if you're picking fast and you don't relax, you're in a lot of trouble. You cramp up and you're not going to be able to get the riffs out anyways. So you want to relax and try them slow at first, real slow. Finally it becomes easier and easier to do, and you can build it up to speed. But this thing's going like a horse, and what I'm basically thinking of it as one stroke. So da 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 da, or da 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 da. Okay. And you want to just sort of get a controlled shake going on, but you want it to try to get it to where it's one motion instead of 4 or 3. You want to do 3 instead of 3 picks. You want to try to make it 1, and the other 2 are coincidental to the fact that you're getting to that other one. Keep practicing, you'll get it. It's going to take a while for those of you who don't pick fast in the first place, but for those of you who already pick fast, you'll see what I mean when you're trying to get it down to one stroke. Okay? Let's get on. This is riff 24. We're going to move to our Strat for this next set of riffs. We're going to be using our neck pickup, like I said, for clean tone, and gives us a really nice clean tone. If you have a guitar with a neck pickup, use your neck pickup. You'll be able to emulate this sound. I'm getting my clean tone right now by running through a thing called a Sans amp. It's like a bass direct box into the board and out of the speakers. What would be ideal for you would probably be a channel switching amplifier or an AB box to go to a clean tone, because usually there's so much distortion going on in your distorted tone that you can't clean it up by just turning the volume down. On top of that, I'd like to explain the sound I'm getting for this this particular set of riffs. On this album, there was, I think it's one of the most interesting guitar sounds I've ever heard. It's certainly hard to imitate. I've taken all the mids out of my amp, out of the channel on the board, and out of, I have another mic preamp that I've taken all the mids out of it too. So there are absolutely no low mids in this at all. Between 500 hertz and 1000 hertz, just scooped them all out. So if you looked at it on a graphic EQ, it'd go across like this and the mids would be gone. So if you have a graphic, you can pull out, if you have some of the Mesas or some of these other amps have graphic equalizers on them, pull the mids down, leave the lows and the highs up, and you'll be achieving this sound. If not, let me show you the amp I'm using and what I'm doing with it. I'm using this old Marshall Plexi, and I've had it hot rodded so that this is now the gain knob. But I'm taking all the mids out. This is the presence, it's all the way up. Bass is all the way up. Mids are all the way off. All the way off. And the treble's up around 1 or 2 o'clock. And it's distorted quite a bit too. Then while I'm miking the cabinet, I have the cabinet turned around facing the wall so that the sound's hitting the wall and coming back and getting into the microphone. So you're achieving this room type of sound that you always hear in this sound. This guitar sound seems to be in a room somewhere. If I were trying to achieve this tone live, it would be ideal for me to have an equalizer, parametric or graphic, in between my preamp and my post amp. So if you have an insert or a line in and out or an effects loop, you've had an effects loop in your amplifier, stick an EQ in there and pull all the mids out, and you'll be getting this sound pretty close. Okay, let's move on with it. You'll notice that on section 34, it's not tuned quite the same on the acoustic guitar. I'll show you what that is. That's detuning. What happens is you take your E string, your low E string, you tune it down one step to match your D string, okay? What you end up with is this big fat sound that I'm awful fond of. I play with a lot. Because it's got all this, instead of having to fret the two notes to make those fifths, they're all in the same position. In other words, they're all either open, they're all either being fretted. It's quite a bit easier to play too, but that's detuning anyways. When somebody talks about drop detuning, that's what's going on. Take your E string, tune it down one step to match your D string one octave lower. Okay? Let's get on with it. What I'm doing is, remember I showed you that Boss pedal. I'm using the Boss pedal. I'm using this amp over here. This is a 50 watt Marshall. I'm cranking the mids back up because the leads have mid sounds in them, and I'm saturating the sound pretty good. Putting some reverb on it, and sometimes a little bit of chorusing. So that's what's going on with the lead tones. If I were playing live, I'd take my EQ that I had stepped all the mids out of my sound with, turn it off, and then give me a little bit of delay, and you'd be all set for the lead tone. Okay, let's move on.
45 top half.
This riff is way off as far as picking goes. This is all down picked, and you can tell by listening to the record. If you listen closely, the sounds are consistently all the same. They have the same type of dynamic, the same length, the same tone. This takes a while to get under your hands, so be patient. Don't freak out because you can't do it, or try alternate picking it, and then try all down picking it, and right in the middle of it there's a da too. So da and that's all one motion. I'm still in D. But anyways, there's one of those dadas in it, okay? So what I want you to do is make sure that you be patient with this riff, and it'll fall into your hands soon enough, okay? Here you go. We're moving back to our clean tone, neck pickup, real clean tone, lots of chorusing, lots of reverb. Here you go. Here's another example of speed picking for you, but this is all on the E string. Basically, if you conserve your motion and try to keep it to a controlled shake, then you can get this down. Try to relax. If you tense up, then you're going to cramp up, then you're going to go slower and slower. Trust me on that. So try to relax and try it slow at first, and it'll come up to speed as you go along. Okay? Here's a 56. Riff 60 is another one where you're detuned. In other words, you've taken your E string, dropped it down one step to match your D string an octave below. So D, D. It's cool. It's cool. It's really cool. I like playing in D. Okay, here you go. Riff 60. No, that wasn't really my guitar. That was really my synthesizer, but I don't have an electronic sitar, and I happen to have one on my synthesizer, so I thought I'd fake the sound for you. But if you happen to have an electronic sitar, then you're going to be able to get this tone. If not, I would suggest picking it way back by your bridge and putting on your neck, your bridge pickup, I should say, and thinning your tone out as much as you can, and you might be able to get kind of close to it. But I couldn't quite achieve that tone on a guitar because it's not a sitar. I don't know anybody that has one. I've never even played one, but apparently they're kind of cool. All the rock stars from the Beatles on have been plucking on them, huh? Okay, here we go. Top half. We're going to be moving to our acoustic for riff 67, and this is a really cool finger-picked thing, so once you get this under your hands, I really enjoy finger picking. It's my favorite thing to do on an acoustic guitar, so try to put this one under your hands and I think you'll like it, okay? Here we go, riff 67. These next three selections are from different bands than the one we've just been working on. They're also tuned down half a step. So now take your guitar, grab your tuner, tune down 1/2 a step, and you should be all right. Or here's an A for you to do the half step down thing with me. Okay? Tune your A to that A, tune the rest of your guitar to your A, come back, check, we should match up. Or take your tuner, tune yourself half step down. All right? This is riff 69. Well, that about wraps it up for this tape. I want to go over our performance notes right now. We have, first off, I want to talk about speed picking. You need to relax if you're going to pick fast because, like I said, if you cramp up and you get real tense and you're trying to play, well, the tenser you get, the slower you move. I'm not kidding. It's and I've been playing for 20-something years. I don't know, way too many years. And if you tighten up, you can't do it. So. Make sure you relax. Try to pivot. Try to pivot from your elbow down, and try to keep your wrist and your arm in a straight line right here, and then just sort of shake up and down, and pretty soon you'll get it. Also, if you take and use a lot of your palm in that, you'll get that nice staccato, meaty sound. Always remember too that if you're trying to emulate this stuff, it's not what you're playing on; it's how you play it. Eddie Van Halen sounds like Eddie Van Halen on anything he plays, and so does Hetfield, or so does Kirk Hammett, any of them. So try to remember that. The next thing we want to talk about is movable power chords. All these power chords are movable, okay? So they're basically bar chords, and if you play them anywhere on the neck, you're going to get a bar chord, and that's what most of this music is comprised of. Unless it's clean stuff. The clean stuff is more melodic. And the acoustic stuff more melodic also, but when you get a bunch of distortion hooked up to your guitar, basically all you can play is power chords that sound decent, and they give you that big, fat, large. Take all the mids that you can out of your guitar via your equalization section of your amp. Like I said, if you have an insert or a line in and out, or one of those types of things where you can, or an effects loop where you can plug an equalizer in, it wants to be after the preamp. You want to equalize the distortion. There's a preamp and a post-amp in all amplifiers. Post-amp, that's a power amp actually. It's preamp and a power amp. So the preamp amplifies the signal, puts the distortion in, and then it sends that to the power amp. Well, if you have an effects loop, it sticks your effects in between those two where they belong, so that you don't end up EQing the preamp, the distortion. That's why reverb and all that stuff doesn't sound good, because it's coming into the distortion side, getting distorted, and then going to the power amp. So put that EQ in the effects loop, dish out the mids, and no reverb, no effects, and you should probably be able to achieve this sound without much hassle. A lot of down picking and a lot of heavy palm muting. So until next time, I'll see you later.